Well, the story is because Eunice wanted to get into politics, and you know, she thinks that he could be a threat. But it doesn't make any sense because one, Eunice openly came out and said that he's not going to go for politics. It really did not help. Again, there were psychophans surrounding Eunice also. You must remember, some of our good friends actually wanted him to be, to open a political party. I was one of the few who actually openly criticized Yunus at that particular time, saying that this is not a cup of his tea. Actually, he has microcredit and in social business, etc. But there's a personal side to it, and I think the psychophans have played to that actually. Uh, I don't know whether she thinks, but her supporters think that Hasina should have got the Nobel Prize for the Ganges Water Treaty and also for the hill people, the Shanti Bahini. We had the agreement, the CHT agreement. So the psychophants must have said, you did two big things, where will you find something like that? And the story is, and this is a very personal story. It was told that Bill Clinton was praising, Bangladesh, and was looking at Hasina. And this was the first time, not this time, the earlier time when they were together, saying, "Oh, it's time that Bangladesh should get a Nobel Prize." And I was looking at Hasina all the time, and then when the final word came, congratulations, Yunus, that's the story, and her face became really black. I don't know whether it's true or not, but anyway, somebody was inside the room was telling me. But point here is, I think it's the first personal issue, but one idea was to, again, the election issue comes. If you look at the number of borrowers that Grameen has, one idea I think somebody must have put into her ear that you can influence if you can hold these borrowers, give them some benefits in fact before election, in fact, revoke the interest, water loans, you can play with that. In fact, that played quite a while. But my knowledge is that it's within her cabinet, particularly somebody's husband is very allergic to Yunus. So there's a personal clash. Don't want to name her, but her husband is not in power in fact. And I said, why don't you make him the minister? But anyway, he is behind, and that's a very personal story, and it goes back a little bit earlier as to why they had this particular clash. But now it looks very difficult. I think that's also did not play well with whatever this government tried to do with Yunus. I think it backfired. A lot of people in the beginning thought that, okay, maybe there is some truth to it. The Norwegians came very openly saying, no, there was nothing, no malpractice, etc. Nothing of that. Yunus's life, as you know, he is a very plain, simple man. He lives very kind of a normal person, not not a typical South Asian with that kind of baggage, no. So it did not go well, and as we speak, it has not. So, but let's see how they. But as I want to go back a little bit. As I said, because there's no internal democracy, in the beginning there were critics, there were people actually who wanted to play it down. Even our good senior friend, the finance minister, wanted to play it down, Mr. Mohit later. But then, immediately the Prime Minister said, oh, he's your friend, so that's the reason you are not trying to do anything anyway. Then the finance minister also went back because he also has his own kind of things to protect. So as we speak, I don't think it went well, and it may prove to be a kind of a disaster when the elections would come. On the second one, which is an interesting thing, and one has to look at it very seriously. You see, the migrant workers that go to the Middle East, we have never, in the entire civilizational history of South Asia, including Bangladesh, we never had so many Bangladeshis or so many South Asians living in the Middle East and interacting day to day. Earlier they used to go, stay and come down, but we never had, and they interact every day. Now, who are these migrant workers? Well, most of the migrant workers are unskilled and semi-skilled and not knowledgeable in Islam with complex cosmogony and philosophy. They're not familiar with anything of that kind. So whatever they see in the Middle East becomes authentic. So authenticity of Islam that was there in the Sufi Hanafi discourse in the domain, and Bengal is to take pride in that actually, shifted to Middle East. So whatever is coming from the Middle East is taken to be very authentic, including the burqa, for example, the black. So there is a blackization of the veil, because the fellow would send the burqa to his daughter or to his wife, forgetting that the burqa is made in China. But most of the burqas are made in China. But now they're made in Bangladesh. Actually, we have taken over that market also. The Saudis don't make veils. They don't make anything actually. So. But they forget. But it's like modernity. If you take modernity in Paris, Rome, or Milan, or New York, whatever comes, pink hair, and everybody's doing pink hair. So it's like whatever is done in the Middle East, that comes, and through that, so you literally got this Wahhabi Salafi thing, the Salafization. I think Pakistan got infected much earlier, and one can still easily see some of the examples. And let me put one or two examples. The Qadianis, for example, were banned or made non-Muslims, not by Ziaul Haq, but by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, who's supposed to be a secular whiskey drinker, kind of a person. And that's because of the Saudi pressure or Saudi kind of an influence. Now, so you have at the grassroots level, you have these migrant workers coming up with this Salafi understanding, but then the second one is the petrodollars. We never had a so powerful petrodollar kind of thing. 1970 it's only $3 per barrel. Now it's $90. It went to $140. So look at the enormous wealth. So you have these NGOs, the banking, then all so the top. So you have a top and a bottom, both. And you never had resources in the Salafi domain as much as it is. Historically, the resources were in the Hanafi domain, the Ottoman Empire and the Mughal Empire. And that's the reason Bengal became Hanafi and the South Asians became Hanafi. The Chinese are also Hanafis, largely because the resources, the empire building were within the Hanafi domain. The Salafis were never, historically, big empire builders. It's only now with the petrodollars, they have this enormous wealth to say that our mazhab is important, hegemonic, kind of thing. So they want to make their mazhab the main mazhab, and that's the clash. And one can see that very easily. In Bangladesh, all the major political parties, when they start the election, they start from Sylhet, from Shah Jalal's mazar, Iftikhar's house, since from Sylhet. So all except one political party, Jamaat Islam.
Does it start?
No, Jamaat Islam does not start from Sylhet. They can't. They don't agree to, Irshad starts from Sylhet, Hasina starts from Sylhet, Khaled Zia starts from Sylhet. Hasina has actually made the airport, changed the name of Zia Rahman's Zia airport to Shah Jalal's airport, which also in acronym means Hasina. Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport, so it became Hasina. So somebody with some bright idea came, sorry, madam, it can be two.
Both Shah Jalal.
Yeah, both Hasina and Shah Jalal. But anyway, so all the major parties will start the election campaign from the Sufi shrine, Hazrat Shah Jalal, but not Jamaat Islam. So that would be one phrase. The changes in also relationship with the Qadianis, how you look at the Ahmadiyyas. If they want a banning of the Ahmadiyya, that means they have been infected by that, because Hanafi had no problem with the Ahmadiyyas. So yes, it has come in an interesting way. The petrodollars and the migrant workers together made this complex kind of structure.
Another interesting, politically, Sylhet won.